welcome one and all to the crazy world that we love so much, the world of movies. And today in that world, I review Annihilation. Annihilation is a 2018 science fiction horror film written and directed by Alex Garland, based on the novel of the same name by Jeff Vandermeer. It follows a group of military scientists who enter the Shimmer, a mysterious quarantine zone that is full of mutating landscapes and creatures. Some of us are instructed that if you don't understand what's going on to just smile and nod, so with that in mind... When Annihilation was first released, I remember seeing a lot of negative reviews, but within a couple weeks more positive reviews began to appear, so it was pretty clear that this is a very divisive film that you are either going to love or hate. I personally am somewhere in the middle. I would not go as far as to say I hated this movie, but I certainly found it to be incredibly mundane. It felt like it took forever to reach the end of the journey, and when we did reach the end, I found it to be kind of pointless. I didn't walk away feeling I'd learned anything. I didn't even feel like there was much of a story for me to follow and sink my teeth into, and the ending wasn't as clear-cut as I would have liked. Annihilation is certainly a beautiful film. For the most part, it sticks to very earthy tones in terms of visuals, greyish blues and shades of green. Nothing rich or vibrant, but it makes sense because it really allows all the elements that are applied to the Shimmer and its effects to really stand out from everything else. Every time I saw the Shimmer in action, I just remember how ethereal and enchanting it looked. But as soon as one of our characters classified it as a prism, I instantly understood it. Not only does it scientifically work for the context of the film, but visually that's exactly what it is. It was like looking into those old triangle prism paperweights. As soon as you looked into them, you saw them refract the light and create these beautiful dancing rainbows, and that's precisely what the Shimmer does. I thought the idea behind this and the execution were positively ingenious. Visually, I enjoyed everything about this film, and those visual aspects were really the only things I enjoyed. While I love that this film has a predominantly female cast, I wouldn't say I walked away feeling much towards them. Natalie Portman's character only impressed me when she went into military mode. Those moments where she was down to the ground, rifle raised and her target in sight, I was wowed. She truly looked like someone with military training, and I love that. However, I don't think the additional information about her personal life was in any way relevant to the story, and I don't accept that it was a way to give her character motive. She already had one motive, she didn't need two, so I felt the story element was unnecessary. While I enjoy that all the characters have very distinctive personalities, I didn't find any of them memorable. Come to think of it, that's not entirely true. The one performance I do remember is Jennifer Jason Leigh, and that was simply because I disliked her performance the most. While I do understand she was portraying a woman who had nothing left to live for me it came off more like a performance that was sponsored by lithium. I felt for a film so strongly molded in the sci-fi genre, it was missing a truly captivating score that could have elevated this entire film. So many sci-fi films can survive with those long scenes where there is little dialogue or action because it is at least filled by a captivating score. Because this film didn't have one, it meant those quiet moments in the film felt more like gaping voids. There were actually a lot of elements in this film that I felt were reminiscent of other sci-fi films. Some aspects reminded me of Prometheus, others reminded me of The Host, so I didn't truly feel as though it was 100% original to the point where even if I didn't like it, I could at least say, well, at least it's original. Not to mention the fact this is also classified as a horror film I'm just not buying. This was more likely to induce sleep than to cause an adrenaline rush. I would not call this a horror film by any sense of the word. I don't enjoy a film that creates an entity that doesn't give us a why. Every time a scientist asked Portman's character a question, she answered with, I don't know. Well, I don't know either. I finished this film and all I got from it was, I don't know. Really only got half a how. We kind of understand how these plants and animals are mutating, but we don't get the answers to the how is the Shimmer here? How are these things able to happen? I'm an individual with a strongly curious nature, and if I leave a film with more questions than answers, then I'm going to be very annoyed. I don't think this is in any way a terrible film, but it's not a film I enjoyed or would want to watch again, as I felt there was a lot missing from it, things that could have taken it to the next level. I'm very happy that so many people have walked away loving this, but I frankly don't understand what all the excitement was about. For me, the idea behind this movie was very interesting, but unfortunately the film itself was not. I still recommend that everyone should give this a go because I believe it's one of those films where everyone is going to take away something different from it. Thank you so much for watching this review. If you haven't already, then click on that subscribe button and take a gander at my channel and check out some of my other videos. Until next time, see you in the shimmer.
Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on across the universe. Float me under like a restless wind inside a letterbox.